Speaking of permanent teeth, we talk a lot about root canals with a lot of experts. What is your take on those? A lot of people say they're probably more dangerous than we've been led to believe.
So the main problem with root canals is the mentality of the general field, not all dentists, but the mentality of doing extraordinarily invasive procedures on people. So they're looking to do root canals. Weston Price said in 1936 that root canals aren't needed anymore because we know about nutrition. So, and I agree, and some holistic dentists say they don't need to do root canals, they'll do a filling if the tooth is inflamed, they have other protocols. Generally, teeth that are painful, so our head, our whole body is mobile. And sometimes you get in an accident, you fall, you hit your tailbone, you hurt your knee, and all of a sudden now a tooth is hurting. Maybe, and then they drill in that tooth, and now something else is hurting, even more. When there's an infection, there's something happening in this person's body that needs attention, but drilling out all the tooth is usually not the right treatment for it. Now, let's pretend it was the right treatment, but 90% or more, it wasn't needed because the person's out of balance, they have an injury, they don't have enough minerals, there's something else going on. But let's assume everything was checked, that tooth still hurts. Now what? Now what can you do? If you extract the tooth, now someone doesn't have a biting surface. The fear or the danger of root canals is that most of them don't seal completely. And I think that is a very legitimate concern. And there's definitely people who are sick and they get the root canal removed and they get healthy. It's a case-by-case scenario on what someone does. But I wouldn't take the position that every root canal is wrong all the time. I always take the position that as the patient, it's your mouth, you get to decide. And if you have a right kind of dentist or the right kind of support that helps you understand all the risks and make sure that you've thoroughly looked at the problem, maybe that's the right treatment. The problem with the field of dentistry is that they don't touch people. They don't connect with people. They don't feel their body. They don't even check the saliva pH. If you check someone's saliva pH, you can instantly know, are they having decay right now or not? That's it. Check saliva. Not x-rays, not poking probes. Just check your saliva. That simple. And they could do more complicated tests on saliva and urine, and we could get a whole story about the person. We'll know exactly what's happening to them. So the field has not been taught. It has not been approved. It has not been promoted. Dentists don't take it up. And they don't touch people. They don't know what the person's body is saying. And so everything is so messed up in so many different ways. It's hard to say a treatment is good or bad. It may be right in a specific situation, but in general, the root canals are toxic. There's no reason anyone should get them because they can eat healthy. And I've had tons of people have the dentist say they need one or several root canals. They clean their diet up because they don't want the root canal and they don't want to pay $4,000. Yeah. They clean their diet up. They go back to the same or another dentist, and the dentist says, I don't see anything at all. You're good. So amazing things can happen. Not all teeth that need root canals can be healed. The other little secret about the industry, and this is dentists have told me this, almost always the only teeth that need root canals are teeth that have had mercury fillings. So, because when you put that filling in there and make a big hole in the tooth, now the tooth is weak, and the filling isn't bonded onto the tooth. So the tooth is like a whole empty tooth, and then the person's body keeps demineralizing and they get little cracks, and now it's hurting, and maybe it's infected because they have mercury poisoning or reaction to mercury. It's such a mess. It's almost like not the right question. We should be asking the question. Dentists should be asking the question: how can I help my patient get better and get healthy? And why are they having infections? And the patient should be asking the question, why am I having an infection? So here comes the bacteria theory again. The bacteria is the problem. We have to remove the bacteria. You need a root canal or extraction now or you will die because the bacteria will kill you. This is the bacteria system convincing people to do treatments, even though they have an infection there because their bite is wrong, because they had an injury, because they ate too much sugar, because they're getting a divorce and they're very upset. All these things happen that cause the infection. And we would be doing people a great honor if we could see it and work with people in that way. And in general, people are done a great dishonor because they're not informed and they're not given a treatment that really feels good to them. If dentists were touching people, they would be able to feel what they are doing. That's why some holistic dentists get into orthodontic work where they expand people, or they get into more nutrition and stuff, because they know intuitively you don't want to drill or do any procedure unless you absolutely have to. It should be a last resort. It shouldn't be just a thing that you do.